What's going on, guys? This is Rob, and if you're enjoying the content here on my channel, then make sure you hit the like button and make sure you hit subscribe so you can help decide what direction the content on my channel goes in the foreseeable future. What's going on, guys? This is Rob, and welcome back to our episode on how to kill superheroes. However, before we start, a few updates for you guys. If you look on the main page here on my YouTube channel, you will notice, I almost said no. You will notice that I have updated the playlist and stuff. And so what I've done is I've broken it down in an easier to understand way. The first little section is stuff that I'm covering right now at the moment. So you'll find Amazing Spider-Man, you'll find our Injustice videos, you'll find how to kill superheroes, and you will find the Green Lantern. Those will change as we finish stories and start new ones. The other section is to help you guys sort out through all your stuff if you're new to comic books. So you'll find DC Rebirth, you'll find DC Rebirth sorted by heroes, you'll find all new, all different Marvel, you'll find all new, all different Marvel sorted by heroes, you'll find our character discussions, all that kind of good stuff. And then after that, it just breaks down with the playlist that everybody seemed to dig the most, which is like the Incredible Hulk chronology and all that kind of good stuff. I think maybe Omega and Beyond Omega, no, the Omega and Beyond level, Omega level mutants, that is in the new to comic books section. So anyway, guys, yeah, what is up? We are back with our video series on how to kill superheroes, and today we are going to focus on the character of Wally West. We are a murder sponge when it comes to the idea of killing superheroes. I don't know if we like killing them so much, but we love killing them. However, at this point, you're probably asking yourself, Rob, haven't we already covered the Flash on this particular series called How to Kill Superheroes, which you can find every Wednesday here on my channel? And you would be right in asking that question. But as I mentioned in that video, we were discussing the Flash on a very superficial level. And what I mean is that we were basically dealing with the Flash as a concept, and we figured out ways to kill any generic speedster in the DC universe. What I also said in that video is that we would return to the subject of the Flash by looking at some of the individuals who have borne the moniker of the Flash throughout the history of DC Comics. And today, I make good on that promise as we turn our attention to perhaps the fastest and most powerful Flash ever, Wally West. Now, before we go any further, it's important to note that we are talking about the original or pre-Flashpoint version of Wally West, not the new 52 version of Wally that's currently fighting crime in DC Rebirth and the Teen Titans and the Flash. The distinction that this is pre-Flashpoint Wally West has even greater significance than just telling him which of the two versions of Wally that exist within DC that we're referring to. It also lets us know what power set we're dealing with. Now, what I mean is that prior to the Flashpoint event that rebooted the entire DC universe and temporarily wiped Wally from existence, Wally had a power that set him apart from all other speedsters. Now, following the Rebirth event that brought Wally back to the mainline continuity, we haven't really seen much differentiation between Wally and Barry Allen as far as their powers go, since they've basically been written to be almost identical in terms of their abilities. But for this video, we're going to assume that Wally's able to pull off all of the feats that we saw him perform prior to Flashpoint, because there are some things that he could do that none of the other Flashes had ever been able to accomplish. With that being said, let's do what we always do, and let's jump right into his powers. So, the most notable and most obvious of all powers of the speedsters is the super speed that they derive from the energy known as the Speed Force, along with superhuman reflexes, agility, durability, and stamina. Speedsters also have the ability to phase through objects by vibrating fast enough that their molecules pass through spaces between the molecules of that particular object. They can also generate enough static electricity to produce Speed Force lightning, which they can manipulate and throw at opponents. Furthermore, because of their connection to the Speed Force, speedsters are able to regenerate from injuries at an insanely fast rate. Now, let's go into some of the stuff that's actually interesting, which are the powers and abilities unique to Wally West. First of all, Wally's able to perform the infinite mass punch, which he achieves by traveling at near light speed and gaining so much relative mass that he's able to land a punch that has a force greater than a white dwarf star. Now, when he performed the infinite mass punch, he was able to hit a superpowered white Martian from Mount Rushmore in South Dakota to the middle of the African savannah with one blow. Now, as far as how this makes Wally tougher to kill, this is a crazy powerful offensive weapon that he can use to pretty much remove us from the battlefield and possibly incapacitate or even kill us. Therefore, we're likely going to have to go into battle with some means of counteracting the effects of the infinite mass punch, which is easier said than done. Unless we somehow have the ability to become intangible so that the punch goes right through us, we're going to have to find some material to absorb the energy generated by the infinite mass punch itself. itself. The key is finding a metal that exists in the DC universe, and the closest thing that I've been able to find is a metal known as volatile promethium, which makes up the mesh armor worn by Deathstroke and has among its properties the ability to absorb almost limitless amounts of energy. Now, whether or not this would be sufficient to absorb the force of Wally West's punch, we can't say for sure, but it seems to be our best bet in negating the punch's effects. However, we have to be careful when using this material, as it's been shown to have mutative effects on human physiology, which Deathstroke is able to overcome due to his healing factor. But since we don't have a healing factor, we're probably going to have to come up with a way to kill Wally before he can land the infinite mass punch in the first place. Now, that proposition is made even more difficult by another of Wally West's powers, the ability to steal the speed of other people and objects, rendering them unable to move. What this means is that Wally can take the speed from other super fast individuals and objects moving at high speeds, such as bullets or moving vehicles, and due to Wally's close connection with the Speed Force, he's able to extend this ability to the entire planet. Now, the two exceptions to this ability seem to be Professor Zoom, who uses the negative Speed Force, and Barry Allen, since Barry was the one who created the Speed Force in the first place. Finally, we come to another power distinct to Wally, which is the ability to use the Speed Force to create solid constructs that he can use in a variety of ways, including an armor that allows him to run even when his legs have been broken. So even if we are able to overcome Wally's insane durability and regenerative healing factor and deal significant damage to him, we still have to deal with the possibility that he'll be able to use the Speed Force to construct a suit of armor that will allow him to continue in battle. So, the last time we did this video, we killed the Flash by luring him into an airplane and detonating a bomb in the hopes that the explosion would kill him instantaneously. However, I'm not sure that's going to be a viable option when it comes to Wally West, because he's actually so fast that he's able to perceive things so quickly that time seems to stand still. So as soon as the bomb started to explode, Wally would be able to hear it and exit the plane before he was caught up in the explosion. Now, one reason for using the plane as a device to kill the Flash was so that he would have nowhere to run once he got away from the explosion. Wally is able to circumvent this strategy in its entirety, as he's been shown to be able to fly, or at least do something similar to flying, by spinning himself at ultra fast speeds. So the question becomes, how can we kill the fastest man alive with all the powers that we've shown so far? Well, one way would be to gain access to the negative Speed Force. For those of you guys who don't know, the negative Speed Force is exactly what it sounds like, a counterbalance to the Speed Force, which gives the Flash his powers, and it functions as a cancer of sorts that will destroy the Speed Force. Should one of the speedsters that rely on the Speed Force for power come into contact with the negative Speed Force, their connection would be blocked, therefore depriving them of their powers. The problem with this is that the negative Speed Force was created by Professor Zoom, and it's unclear how someone can tap into it. So we would likely have to enlist the help of Zoom in order to shut off Wally's powers, and this in and of itself is a dangerous gambit simply because of the fact that Professor Zoom would probably betray us after we beat Wally. So to be honest with you guys, I think that eating away at the Speed Force is really the only possible way we have of killing Wally. And the reason I say this is that Wally's connection to the Speed Force is the strongest of all the Flashes, and he can't simply be cut off from it. So if he can't be cut off from the Speed Force, the only way to power him down is to actually destroy the Speed Force using the negative Speed Force. And really, we have no choice but to power Wally down, because I don't think at full power there's any way that he can actually be killed. He's simply too fast to take by surprise, and he would anticipate, perceive, and instantaneously react to anything we tried to do. And there's absolutely no way that we would ever catch him if he tried to run away from our attack, as Wally is generally believed to be the fastest of the Flashes. With that being said, we're going to bring this video to an end. If you guys are new here to Comics Explained, make sure you guys hit the sub button to become part of the Rob Corps. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like, and yeah, I will catch you guys later. Peace.
Now here's something we hope you'll really like.
Technical ones.
Yeah, make sure they're on.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're just gonna get no audio.
What's up? Setting up for a show we're getting ready to do. Say hello.
Are you periscoping?
Hello.
No, I'm recording.
Lionel.
What's up?
Oh,
Dan,
hey.
say what's up.
What's up?
This is Chris, our local sexy stud.
What's up?
Say what's up, Chris. Say I'm a sexy man.
Chris is like, yeah, don't classify or stereotype me as anything.
Hey, dude, look. Okay, if I looked like him, I would be like, hell yeah. All right, so tell people what you're working with here. What are you doing?
We got the Sony a6500 hooked up on a carbon fiber slider with a carbon fiber tripod, Rode Micro, and a screen.
Wow, that is a beastly setup.
What, no follow focus? God. Terrible.
This is scratchy.
That sucks.
You ready?
Oh, like inside stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Is it gonna be able to show it off your belly? Oh, my goodness. I'm Benny. I got a belly. All right, where's your microphone down in there?
Yeah.
Is it gonna be able to pick it up?
Yeah, should we pick it up?
Is it on your chest or is it on your?
I hooked it on the very tip, like where you got yours.
Oh, okay, cool. Now, all right, now here's the deal. Like, is mine flying where it's at?
It should be.
Okay.
We can cover them. You just don't want them fully covered, but we should have no problems with where they're at now.
Okay, I want to make sure the quality's good.
Yeah.
Are we hooking it into? Okay, we're hooking into those. Okay, well then let me hook mine up, and then I'll do an audio test real quick and make sure.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Here you go, Dylan. Take the camera. Yeah, don't put your finger on the camera.
Will not.
All right.
Not anymore.
Check the mic.
Check 1, 2.
Why did I even hook this up? I gotta be
We dropping some fat beats because you know that's what cool people do and stuff. All right. Line out. That is
Ooh,
headphones.
Benny's shirtless.
Holla!
Kayla, no looking.
There we go. Line out.
Oh, sorry.
You having some trouble?
Nope, I am not having trouble. Except for how to
I want to
turn
go
this
brandless
on.
because he's going Divinity.
How do I turn this on? Is that?
I mean,
I was
this
looking
is
at
a
it.
brand, but no one's gonna know what the hell it is.
I was honestly looking at it and thinking, should I know?
All right, so I'm currently
That comic I'm
experiencing.
putting on, yeah.
I'm experiencing.
This is the
technical
guys that are
difficulties.
paying us 20 grand for the shirts.
Benny, how do I turn this thing on?
You hold,
You hold it down.
We gotta establish where these characters are coming from. We gotta have rules, man.
So yeah, he's
Society would collapse without rules.
Without rules.
Yeah, you gotta do it like that. Society would collapse without rules. We need rules as to where these characters are coming from. You can't just pull it out of your butt.
Yeah, but then I sound like this.
Okay.
Well, I guess we are talking for me.
So
Yeah, that's the point.
that's the point. Benny is the manic fan.
Yeah.
So